competitive world, average won't cut it. The Success Launch Point shows you how to stand out, deliver massive value, and rise above the crowd. With on-demand courses, expert coaching, and a community focused on growth, you'll accelerate your career and your paycheck. It's time to level up. Check out modernobserver.com/launchpoint.
Putin claims a new weapon, increased tariffs on Canada, stocks hit record highs, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. President Trump arrived in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on Sunday for a week-long Asia tour to attend the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit. He will meet with Xi Jinping in South Korea on October 30th on the sidelines of the summit. The meeting between Xi and Trump has been in the works for weeks, but was called into question as tensions between the world's two largest economies continue to rise. It will be the first face-to-face meeting for both leaders since Trump's return to office. Top U.S. and Chinese negotiators sounded a positive note after trade talks that laid the groundwork for the meeting. Russia's President Vladimir Putin claimed over the weekend that Russia has successfully tested a powerful new missile that supposedly has, quote, unlimited range, unquote, is powered by a nuclear engine, and is invincible against defense systems. Skeptics have dubbed it the Flying Chernobyl, noting its history of failed tests and delays. The Pentagon is sending the world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, and its Carrier Air Wing to the Caribbean as the Trump administration conducts strikes against boats it says are smuggling illegal drugs in the region. Chief Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell said Friday that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered the Navy's most advanced aircraft carrier, which was deployed in the Mediterranean, to the U.S. Southern Command area of responsibility to help dismantle transnational criminal organizations and counter narco-terrorism in defense of the homeland. President Trump announced Saturday that the U.S. will impose an additional 10% tariff on Canadian imports, citing a fraudulent advertisement featuring former President Ronald Reagan speaking out against tariffs. Trump said the ad, which aired during the World Series that began Friday, was part of Canada's hope that the United States Supreme Court will come to their rescue on tariffs that they have used for years to hurt the United States. Canada was caught red-handed putting up a fraudulent advertisement on Ronald Reagan's speech on tariffs, Trump posted to Truth Social Saturday. Argentine President Javier Milei's La Libertad Avanza party won 41% of the votes, with 90% of ballots counted, handily outperforming market predictions that it would win 30% of available seats. With the new gains in both houses of Argentina's Congress, Milei's presidential vetoes will be upheld, and his ambitious, unorthodox economic reform will continue apace. Milei, a libertarian, is an ally of President Trump. The Trump administration recently pledged $20 billion to help Argentina's struggling economy, but Trump also suggested he could rescind the offer if Milei's party lost Sunday's elections, saying earlier this month, "If he doesn't win, we're gone." Despite donors bailing on Democratic fundraisers due to former Vice President Harris's disastrous presidential campaign, she signaled on Saturday that she is leaving the door open to launching a 2028 presidential bid, which would mark her third attempt at securing the Oval Office. "I am not done," Harris said in an interview with BBC, adding that she could possibly still be president one day. I have lived my entire career as a life of service, and it's in my bones, she told the BBC. U.S. stocks hit records on Friday after an update on inflation came in a bit less painful than feared. The S&P 500 rose 0.8% and topped its prior all-time high, which was set earlier this month. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rallied 472 points, or 1%, and the Nasdaq Composite climbed 1.1%. Both also set records. The data on inflation is encouraging because it could mean less pain for lower and middle-income households struggling with still high increases in prices every month. Even more importantly for Wall Street, it could also clear the way for the Federal Reserve to keep cutting interest rates in hopes of giving a boost to the slowing job market. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.